Ever been in a situation where you're talking to someone and you get this gut feeling that they might be into you, but you're just not sure? It's like there's a hidden language that you can't quite decode. Well, today, we're uncovering that secret language by exploring 5 clear signs that someone is genuinely attracted to you, all backed by psychology. These signs aren't just wild guesses. They're rooted in how our brains and bodies react when we're interested in someone. So, if you're ready to become a body language detective, keep watching. Sign 1. Eye contact that lasts a little too long. When someone likes you, their eyes can't lie. It's one of the most powerful and often most overlooked indicators of attraction. Here's why. When we're drawn to someone, we tend to make more eye contact than usual. And it's not just a casual glance. Instead, it's an intentional, intense look, almost as if they're trying to see into your soul. Why does this happen? Well, our brains release a cocktail of chemicals like dopamine and oxytocin. When we're attracted to someone, these chemicals actually make our pupils dilate, making that gaze even more noticeable. So, if you catch someone staring into your eyes like they're trying to read a mystery novel, chances are they're interested. And here's a pro tip. If they're holding that eye contact just a bit longer, especially during a conversation, they're likely into you. Real life example. Imagine you're at a cafe chatting with a friend. As you tell a story, you notice that their eyes aren't wandering around the room. They're locked on you. Not in a creepy way, but like they're really invested in what you're saying. That's a clear sign of attraction. Visual cue. Close-up of a person's eyes and their pupils dilating as they look at someone. Sign 2. Body language speaks louder than words. Next up, let's talk body language. Our bodies have a way of betraying our emotions, even when we try to play it cool. When someone is attracted to you, their body language usually shifts to show openness and attentiveness. They might lean in closer when talking to you or turn their whole body towards you, not just their head. One major clue to watch out for is something called mirroring. This is when someone subconsciously copies your movements. For example, if you cross your legs or rest your chin on your hand and they do the same, it's a sign they feel connected to you. It's like their body is saying, "I'm on the same wavelength as you." Pro tip. If you're curious whether someone is mirroring you, try changing your posture subtly and see if they follow suit. It can be fun to test and pretty revealing. Visual cue. 2 people sitting together and one person subconsciously copying the other's actions. Sign 3. Subtle and meaningful touches. Physical touch is one of the most powerful ways to communicate attraction. Now, this doesn't mean the person is all over you, but it's the small, casual touches that make a big difference. It could be a light tap on your arm when they're laughing at your joke, a gentle touch on your shoulder when passing by, or a hug that lingers just a bit longer than necessary. Here's the science behind it. Touch releases oxytocin, often referred to as the love hormone. This chemical helps us bond with others and feel more connected to them. So if someone is finding excuses to lightly touch you, it's their way of showing affection without being too forward. Real life example. Maybe you're handing them something, and their fingers brush yours, or they lightly pat your back when saying goodbye. These tiny gestures may seem insignificant on the surface, but they're meaningful indicators of attraction. Visual cue. A casual shoulder tap or 2 people brushing hands while passing something to each other. Sign 4. They're always giving you their attention. This next sign is a big one. When someone is attracted to you, they'll show a keen interest in your life. They'll ask questions, remember the small details, and genuinely want to know more about you. It's almost like you become the most interesting topic in the room. Why does this happen? Well, our brains reward us with little bursts of dopamine, the happiness chemical, when we pay attention to people we like. They might also go out of their way to spend time with you, include you in their plans, or find reasons to hang out. Whether it's a casual coffee meetup or a group outing where they make sure you're there, they're subconsciously prioritizing you. Pro tip: if someone is consistently showing up for you, actively listening, and even following up on things you've mentioned before, that's a solid indicator of interest. Visual cue: two people chatting, with one listening attentively, nodding and smiling. Sign 5. Playful and flirty behavior. Let's get into one of the more obvious signs. Playful and flirty behavior. When someone is attracted to you, they often express it through light teasing, playful jokes, or even gentle challenges. It's their way of testing the waters and building a connection without putting themselves out there completely. For example, they might lightly tease you about something funny you did, or playfully disagree with you, just to keep the conversation going. This kind of banter shows that they're comfortable with you and want to establish a deeper connection. Real life example: maybe you mention liking a certain TV show, and they playfully roll their eyes and say, "Really? That one?" It's not about the disagreement. It's about creating a dynamic where you're both engaging on a deeper level. Visual cue: two people laughing and playfully teasing each other. So, let's put this all together. When you're around someone who you think might be attracted to you, pay attention to their eye contact, body language, touch, and the amount of attention they're giving you. Keep an eye out for mirroring movements and any playful behavior that feels a little more intentional. These clues, taken together, can paint a pretty clear picture of their feelings towards you. But remember, these signs aren't foolproof. People can be shy, nervous, or have different ways of expressing their emotions. That's why open communication is key. If you're interested in someone and you're picking up on these signals, don't be afraid to take the next step and have a genuine conversation. Bonus tips. Before we wrap up, here are a few bonus tips for those of you who want to sharpen your attraction radar even more. Context matters. Keep in mind that body language and eye contact can be influenced by the situation. Someone might seem super attentive because they're genuinely interested in the conversation, not necessarily in you romantically. So, consider the context before jumping to conclusions. Check for consistency. One or two isolated signs don't always mean someone's attracted to you. But if these signs are happening consistently, that's a strong indicator. Look for clusters of signs. If someone is making lots of eye contact, mirroring your body language, and finding excuses to touch you, well, it's pretty safe to say they're probably into you. Trust your gut. At the end of the day, your instincts can be your best guide. If you feel a connection and you're noticing these signs, there's a good chance you're right. And there you have it. 5 secret signs that someone is attracted to you, backed by psychology. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment below with your own experiences or any other signs you've noticed, and make sure to subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe for watching. I'll see you in the next video.